Since using Kadence, what we found out is actually people want to return to work. With our hybrid working policy, what GWI really wanted is to make the workplace a destination. So we actually don't have a mandate. We don't have certain policies on the days that people need to come. We really wanted to make sure people wanted to come because they enjoyed the teams, the events that we have, the entire workplace experience.
So hybrid working and flexible working at GWI is a massive pillar in what we believe in terms of showing respect. We believe it's something crucial to work-life balance, not just for people who perhaps have kids or caring responsibilities, but across all our age groups. It not only allows us to reclaim time, but particularly connect with other people. You might be able to work from a place with family members you've not seen in a while. It's a great way to kind of really juggle the things in life that we always kind of say we'd make more time for, but we never get round to.
So the problem that we were trying to solve before Kadence was the attendance in the office, so who was going to be there on what day. Before we used spreadsheets that would have to be updated manually. People would never quite tell us, or they would have to ring us.
When I come into the office now, what I see is collaboration, I see teamwork, I see such an improved culture, and we didn't have that before Kadence.
Coming to the office is really important for me because it really helps to build those connections beyond being a colleague. Like, you can't really recreate those kind of chats you have on the way to grabbing a coffee or just around the desks when you're working from home. Remote working's great for flexibility, but I find I have a much more enjoyable time in the office, and it really helps when we're doing anything project-based or team-based to have those in-person meetings. It just feels a lot nicer to work with your colleagues, I think, when you're in the office. Not that it has to be all the time, but yeah, when you have those days to actually get together and work and chat and just get to know each other as people, it's so much better.
Kadence was just really user-friendly. What we didn't want is to kind of put into the hands of the GWIers that were already frustrated another tools which they would have to learn.
For a lot of people that I work with regularly and need to catch up with, I will kind of star them to check what days they're coming in. Sometimes that might mean I also change my day, so I might come in the odd Wednesday to also be able to see and catch up with them.
Things on Kadence that helps the workplace team the most is probably the neighborhood booking. So making sure again that we had the right teams at the right place and they all had the right space as well. Having the Slack integration also means that we have everything in one go, so you don't have to use different platforms. Again, the reminder is on Slack. I can book a desk via Slack if I forgot and I see my team member is coming into the office. So that really also helps us and streamlined how we get to the office and the experience we have.
Sometimes I forget to book my desk, and on that commute in to the office in the morning, I can just go straight on the Slack integration and just book my desk within seconds.
You almost have that kind of PA that making sure that you do have the best workplace experience when you do come to the office.
Kadence's workplace announcements feature has been really handy for us as a people team, as an extra layer of communication to the business, particularly for upcoming announcements for any lunch and learns that might be going on in the business, or even to help with reminders for our upcoming holiday period closure. It's just another notification that we can make sure employees are hearing and seeing so that they know exactly what's going on in the business.
Because we can use Kadence and see the data and the insights that it's pulled from every month, we're seeing a growth in our occupancy, and it just is showing us that more people are coming to the office.
For the optimization for GWI was actually growing our real estate across countries, but also for our workplace in London. So our office is growing because we understand the data that Kadence gave us.
It's so easy to pull the report. I set up a monthly recurrence where I can just go on and I have the data within seconds of me pulling it.
What we've seen is at the moment we have about 5,000 plus booking per month, and that's kind of a growth as well, probably 3% years on years. That's with our scaling up model, but that's also because people really want to come back to the office.
In comes Kadence, and it's really changed the everyday workplace experience for us. We're able to look at the patterns, improve the experience by looking at the data that we're getting from people booking a seat. Then that shows us, all right, so for example, a marketing team always come in on a Wednesday, but our sales team come in on a Thursday. How can we shake things up for them on those days?
So I think if we were to not have Kadence anymore, I think it will become slightly chaos, and I'm pretty sure that the workplace team will drown into the request for meeting rooms that are double booked and using still a notepad and an Excel spreadsheet.
And if all of a sudden Kadence disappeared, I'd have to awkwardly Slack a bunch of people instead, saying, "Are you coming in?" Whereas Kadence makes it seem a lot easier on the back end to be able to double check those things and plan ahead for meetings.
There'd be a huge impact on us if we stopped using Kadence tomorrow. We'd have issues with our desk bookings. People wouldn't be able to book a seat. There would be arguments. People wouldn't sit in the same seat. We'd have issues with our meeting rooms. Our execs rely on them heavily each day. And we also have a lot of client-facing meetings, and that could actually impact the business further.
I don't think we could do without Kadence.